Opportunities?
Yes, opportunities. You have to take advantage of opportunities when they arise.
I suppose.
Well, he had a beautiful...
Opportunity?
Yes! I'm telling you, it was like there was an aura of golden light surrounding him, and I swear I heard a choir of angels when I saw it.
Oh, stop.
Magnificent opportunity indeed.
46 years old.
Yes.
And he is a 23-year-old.
Opportunity.
Yes, opportunity.
I suspect we aren't looking at this from the same perspective.
We rarely do.
You're gonna make this a big deal.
That's what I do. And you will fail to see the importance of this.
Well, that's what I do.
You are old enough to be his mother.
Oh, barely!
But enough.
After everything I know, after everything we have been through, I would think you would be a little more understanding.
You would think.
But you're not.
I'm not.
Life is short.
Yes. So, anyway, why Full House?
What?
The Full House song?
Huh?
Your Facebook post last night? Super tired after work, but had an indiscriminate amount of coffee and Red Bull before I went out. Need some sleep, but now I'm lying in bed with the Full House song stuck on repeat and replaying some of the more questionable choices I've made in life. Hashtag, whatever happened to predictability? Hashtag, whatever happened to the Olsen twins? Hashtag, everywhere you look. Hashtag, this dude needs to get on.
Oh! Yeah.
You didn't see the 11 comments on it this morning. Correction, 12.
My phone died when I passed out. Fell asleep.
13.
That might explain my dream of John Stamos and Bob Saget.
15. Although, that isn't as disconcerting as this other post. You have 171 comments on this one. Your phone should have died a lot sooner. 178? By the way, when did you add your boss to your friends list? I thought you wanted to keep your personal life separate. Oh, you really shouldn't have added her. 180? You really need to remove her before she sees... Too late.
You does have a point. This post is a complete inappropriate use of hashtags.
Hashtags? That post is a completely inappropriate use of the internet. How have you not been reported by now?
I have no idea. I give the people what they want, I guess.
Yes, I would say so, judging from that.
Well, I had a lot to drink last night. I don't think I put much effort into discretion.
Don't think? You should have left your phone at home.
Would it matter? This picture was obviously taken in the bedroom. This one was taken in the kitchen.
I didn't think you liked mangoes.
This one was taken in the neighbor's backyard.
You should not even be allowed to own a phone. Nothing in those pictures needed to be saved for posterity.
Could be worse.
How's that?
I didn't go live.
Oh, minor miracle. Relatively speaking.
200 comments.
You really are proud of yourself, aren't you?
Well, I'm not ashamed.
You should be embarrassed.
Maybe. You know, you were welcome to go with me last night to keep things in check.
I don't think you would have appreciated my company last night. I would have limited your opportunities.
Yeah, but your lectures taste so much better with tequila than with morning coffee. You're right. I don't like the taste of mangoes.
You actually ate the mangoes after that?
Apparently.
I have lost for words.
Oh, that'll pass.
That is twisted.
See? Pass.
And dysfunctional. And probably illegal in some states.
Done.
I guess.
Hey, at least I didn't waste
of this?
You're the one who is always saying we should turn life's lemons into lemonade. Or in this case, turn mangoes into...
No, I don't even know how you got the idea to do that.
Well, I was...
No, that wasn't a question.
That one does taste like mango.
Seriously?
Oh, relax. It tasted like tequila.
Still, disgusting.
Whatever. He wasn't complaining.
Well, of course not. Free meal and all.
Judgmental condemnation, but at least it was funny. Kind of lessens the blow a little bit.
Then I failed.
Oh, don't look at it as failure. Keeping me in line is an incredibly difficult task.
Someone has to do it.
And you are so noble for the sheer joy of helping a lost soul find the right path. For the challenge.
You're getting warmer.
Because you think keeping me on the straight and narrow will earn you bonus points for your soul.
No, just forget it.
Well, that is why you should have made an appearance last night.
I don't think you would have listened to me anyway. Not in the mood you were in.
Odds were against it. So, what did you end up doing last night anyway?
I stayed home.
Not exactly breaking news. I mean, what did you do?
Watch some TV.
And
Well, I began to think.
of course you did.
Your expectations are clearly shattered.
My hope that you would eventually lead an interesting life dwindles more with every passing day.
It's what I do.
And
And
any revelations?
no,
I don't know why you let this bother you so much.
I don't.
It eats away at you.
It doesn't.
It does. It's the focus of your life.
Shouldn't it be?
It doesn't bother me.
Why? Why doesn't it bother you?
Because I already know the answer.
You do? Woo! You do.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Which is?
Morality versus immorality. Yin and yang. Basic human nature.
I know that.
Then why does it keep you up at night?
It doesn't keep me up at night.
How late were you up thinking about it?
I would rather not say.
When did you read my post? This morning?
Not
You can't
exactly.
resist the reaction, so let's just see what keeps you up at night.
You know, there are worse things to keep me up at night.
I'm not ashamed.
You should be.
Life is
Short. Please don't start with that yellow crap.
I have never said yellow.
Minor miracle.
Relatively speaking.
Why the smirk?
You said shit.
I said crap.
Yeah, but whenever you say crap, I hear shit.
And if I say fornicate,
Yep.
you know what? Never mind. You may not actually be old enough to be his mother.
So, anyway, if it wasn't the basic paradox of good and evil, then what had you up until at least 4 a.m.?
You and I have spent our entire lives together trying to find a balance between right and wrong. Acceptable human behavior in which, well, your behavior, right?
Well, that's really been more your struggle than mine, if we're being honest about it.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. What? I still don't understand what your point is.
You and I have spent our entire existences together, right?
Oh, yeah. Duh.
And even though you have never really followed the conventional rules of society, even you have to admit, over the past few years, your behavior has become a bit more
were immoral,
Yes.
but not evil.
No, not evil.
Oh, it's nice when we can agree on something. Anyway, continue.
We have spent our entire existences together, and I know everything about you. Our relationship is strengthened by this commonality.
Commonality? We couldn't be more different.
We are both able to recognize there is a mutual understanding between us. No one gets you the way I do.
Okay, there may be some validity to that statement.
You need me.
I wouldn't go that far. I can actually survive just fine without the perpetual nagging.
But for how long? You don't think that eventually your choices, these opportunities, you don't think they will eventually catch up with you?
I choose not to think about that.
You should be thinking about it.
It's not in my nature to think about consequences. That's your deal.
Exactly. It's my deal. And that's why, like it or not, you do need me.
Debatable.
You remember that night a few months ago? We were supposed to go out with that guy, Steve.
I know a lot of guys named Steve.
You know who I'm talking about. You were supposed to go out to a party with this guy, Steve. But he showed up at the door wearing an Insane Clown Posse t-shirt.
Ah! I hate Insane Clown Posse. But that isn't the reason I decided not to go out with him.
Because you knew I was right.
It was a moment of clarity. Tomato, tomato, call it what you want. And that moment of sobriety was when I realized what I had initially perceived as his energy and zest for life was actually all the meth going through his bloodstream. It wasn't in need of the disassembly of my electronics,
So you told him to go fornicate himself.
I believe my exact words were go,
Okay, stop.
sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
So, anyways, how did you come to this conclusion?
He was tweaking.
Yes,
Like I said, moment of clarity.
I am your moment of clarity.
Whatever, I would come to that conclusion on my own.
And what happened that night?
Well, I grabbed a bottle of tequila and listened to you yammer on about good life choices for a while. I don't remember much after that.
I met with Steve.
I didn't see him again.
Why?
He's no longer available to go out.
And why is that?
He is incarcerated because he was arrested that night.
Along with a few dozen other people
Only 18 other people.
in a drug bust.
I don't do meth.
Thankfully, but that is not my point. What else happened that night?
Things got out of hand.
To put it mildly,
There was gunfire.
which led to,
A couple people were shot.
including,
A cop.
yes, 2 people were shot, including a cop. 19 people were arrested. I would say that goes beyond a little out of hand. And then on top of that,
I remember the damn night. Okay? I wasn't arrested and I'm still alive.
but if I hadn't been there when he showed up at
If
the door,
you hadn't been there, I would probably still be alive.
probably,
Yes, probably. I can't say for certain, but I am certain I can survive with or without you.
you really think so?
I know so. I have qualitative evidence to back up my position.
On the edge of my seat.
Mark,
You're looking at me as if you're waiting for a response. Yes, I remember Mark. He is difficult to forget. But you're going to have to go into a little bit more detail if you expect me to see the correlation between Mark and whether or not you perceive me as a necessity in your life.
I survived living with Mark.
Yes, that part is fairly obvious.
And without your help! He was a parasitic leech that sucked the life out of me. How he sucked anything of any value out of anyone who got too close to his path. I felt like I was being suffocated long before he ever wrapped his hands around my throat. But it wasn't just that he put my life in danger. No, with all the persistent nagging and condemnation you have inflicted on me throughout our lives, the damage doesn't come close to Mark's level. You seem to function under the delusion that I am capable of more, of doing better. As if you still believe there is some semblance of value that exists within me.
Because there is.
And you continue to float along, hanging onto the spurious perception, like a child with a balloon until the winds of reality captured your optimism, dragging it away into oblivion, carrying you along with it, and then you were gone.
I can understand why you would see it that way, but
How could you even begin to understand anything that was happening? When I needed you, when I needed your perfect worldview the most, you weren't there.
But I
No! Shut up, you can't justify this. When he would tell me I was a piece of shit, he was somewhere cowering in the corner. And when he would tell me the world would be better if I didn't exist, you were nowhere to be found.
I was there.
Where? I have a vague recollection of your voice telling me I needed to leave. I fucking knew I needed to leave. How could you possibly think I didn't know that? Where was I supposed to go? Wasn't as if I had any friends to turn to.
You have plenty of friends.
No, you have plenty of friends, and all of your friends only tolerate me because of you.
That is not true.
You really don't think so?
Okay, it might be true.
Oh, it most definitely is true, but whatever. It is what it is, and I get it. What friend wouldn't choose you over me? When you abandoned me, those so-called friends disappeared, and I had no one. Except him. Do you have any idea what that kind of solitude feels like? No! You don't. You don't have any idea at all. Well, it's as if you were sinking into this large void with nowhere to land. You just keep falling and falling. Sometimes you can fool yourself into thinking there's finally some stability under your feet. It's just long enough to try and catch your breath. Then, as you're gasping for air, you realize it isn't real. Your head scrambles to find something to hold on to, something to latch onto that might explain why this is happening. But then you realize you have nothing, because you are nothing. There is no purpose. You're just trapped in this quagmire of meaningless existence. Never mind, you could never understand any of this. The realm you live in is purposeful and perfect. Morality versus immorality. Good versus evil. Really, it all comes down to darkness versus light. But I made it out of that void without you.
Because you have that ability
I managed. For 7 years, I managed. I paid first, last, and security deposit on a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath void that came furnished with degradation and self-loathing.
And you think I, what, abandoned you for 7 years?
No. No, you didn't abandon me. You wouldn't abandon me. Not completely. How would that look? You feed off the fact your whole world seems perfect. Well, that is how I've seen you for most of my life. You look amazing through those rose-colored glasses. No, you didn't abandon me. Not completely. Not until the night Mark died.
I didn't think you remembered any of that.
Sometimes small chunks of memories come back to me.
You have never told me that.
I knew you would want to talk about it, and I didn't want to talk about it with you.
I think it would be helpful in the healing process if we talk about it.
Healing process? Seriously? You weren't even there! Could you possibly contribute anything to help me?
No! I was there. And if you would talk to me about that night, you would remember that part. But instead, you have closed yourself off to the possibility that anyone else was hurt during those 7 years. You have been completely oblivious to everything outside of the bubble that you have created around Mark and yourself. Whether you allow yourself to accept it or not, it doesn't change the fact that I was there. I never abandoned you. Never! And whether you like it or not, we coexist. You need me, and I need you.
Okay, miss. I was there carrying you. Those were my footprints. Where were you? Sitting in the backseat scrolling on Facebook or playing Candy Crush? If you were there, you would have known how close I came to dying that night.
Right. I am very aware it was a possibility, but you do know why we didn't die?
Yes, I do. I grabbed the wheel and yanked the car into the other lane. He got really fucking pissed off at my attempt to recover some sort of control in my life, so he pulled over and pushed me out of the car and left me in the middle of nowhere. I suppose that should have frightened me more than his insane driving or the possibility he could have beat the life out of me for what I did, but I wasn't scared. I think subconsciously I would have rather died out there in those woods and hand him a victory. He came so close. So many times during that last year of killing me that the idea of him getting the satisfaction of watching my life end, I guess it was literally his way or the highway.
You are using humor to deflect from the seriousness of this conversation, and this will get us nowhere.
I beg to differ.
What will we accomplish if you don't take this seriously?
No, not that hard. I beg to differ that I'm using humor to deflect. Granted, I am trying, but that only works if you find the humor in things, and for that to happen, you would actually need to have a sense of humor.
Still deflecting.
Still disagree.
So, this is how you remember the evening? You don't remember how we got out of the woods that night?
No, and I don't recall how I got out of the woods that night either.
My guess is the sheriff's department randomly drives around on back roads in the middle of the night just in case someone is wandering around in need of help. That seems logical, right?
That almost sounds like sarcasm. Are you okay?
Yes. But it must be someone called for help. You must have called them, right?
Well, no, I didn't have my phone. Mark must have thrown it out the window during the argument. The whole reason this thing started in the first place. He was pissed I was responding to a text instead of sitting there quietly listening to his shit tasting music. After that, he yelled at me not pretty on you. Second, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh! I see a pair of hands. They're Mark's hands. Well, just one hand, actually. Fist. And he sure is mad because he is beating the crap out of someone in the passenger seat. Who is it? Oh, no. It's you.
Thought I was clear that I remember this part.
Oh, yeah, I have seen him mad before, but he is really wailing on you this time. If he doesn't kill you with his fist, he is going to drive his car off the road, and surely hitting a tree at 80 miles per hour would kill us.
Careful, it sounds like you may be enjoying this.
Oh, wait! I see another pair of hands. They aren't yours, though. Yours are shielding your head. What are they doing? Oh, my God. They're reaching for the steering wheel. What are they doing? Oh, my God. Those are my hands!
Germans have a word for this. Schadenfreude. It means taking pleasure in someone else's misery.
Oh, yeah. I have definitely done it this time. He is definitely going to kill you now. Wait. What the hell? What is he doing? He is reaching over and opening your door? He can't seriously be... Yep. Shoved you right out that door.
And I suppose what? You follow me?
Oh, no. I am not finished. Obviously, I can't just abandon you in the middle of nowhere, and I'm obviously not going to go with him. So, I get out of the car. It's so dark, I can't see your face, but I imagine it would have to be bad after that. Your voice is muffled and weak, but I can hear you mumbling something like, "Kill him before he kills me!" And the idea of you doing anything to anyone, given what had just happened to you, you make me chuckle a little in my head. But crap, he is likely to return, and we are just sitting here completely vulnerable, so I make my way over to you. I need to find us a place for us to hide, but oh my, it is like you are dead weight! Which was a possibility, by the way. Apparently, standing up helped, because you are turning around and making your way back towards the road. I wish I could see if there was a path through the trees, but it is too dark to... Well, it doesn't matter. I feel like I need to follow you so that help can find us, but I also feel like I need to stay behind so that help can find us, but... Oh crap. I still need to call for help! So I follow you into the woods while calling 911, and 15 feet in, and you are just going to sit down in the middle of... Yes, I guess you are. I explained what happened to the dispatcher, and while he is dispatching help, I made my way back up to the highway, and I began to sing that Kelly Clarkson song to keep
Kelly Clarkson song. That's specific.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Actually, no, I don't, because Kelly Clarkson has a lot of freaking songs.
Since you've been gone, I can't be the first time. I'm sorry. What? I have obviously burst your bubble.
What you do, right?
True, but I suspect this bubble was created as protection from something.
You were listening to my recollection of that night, right? Even if my memories are wrong, wouldn't my subconscious create a better defense mechanism than altered memories that involve having the shit beat out of me or being abandoned on the side of the road?
Avoidance is a common symptom of PTSD, which is not an uncommon reaction to abuse.
Well, excuse me, Dr. Freud, but I don't really feel up to listening to your psychoanalytical bullshit right now. Again, if I were to change my memories of the past, would I not avoid including the memory of his fist?
I would think so. But in my amateur level opinion, there is another option.
Edge of my seat here.
Abandonment.
Should we continue this conversation in the living room so I can lie down on the sofa and we can discuss my Oedipal complex?
Electra.
What?
Oedipus was a man. The correct term for a woman would be Electra complex.
You can really be an asshole sometimes. Do you know that?
You have called me worse.
Want me to again?
Not necessary.
Then maybe landing this plane wouldn't be too much to ask.
You and I deal quite a bit with anxiety. Maybe your avoidance has a stronger correlation to fear of abandonment than you might think.
I wanted him to abandon me. Do you get that? I would rather be slowly devoured by insects or whatever else lives in the woods over the course of a week than to allow him to witness my departure from the world.
Maybe it wasn't his abandonment that scared you.
You can't be serious. You realize there are plenty of moments that I wish you would abandon me too?
And we circle back to deflection. I shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I definitely disagree this time. Look at you. Now you're the one with jokes.
You are a worthless piece of shit.
Whoa. What?
You heard me. You are a worthless piece of shit. I don't even know how you have managed to survive this long in life. You're stupid as fuck. Honestly, if I were you, I would just end it all. Fucking pathetic that I would rather continue this worthless existence rather than kill myself, isn't it? It's a wonder you have any friends. There must be some people who haven't realized yet you are a piece of shit who only cares about herself. Or maybe they stick around to make themselves feel better. Like that one in the back seat. Doesn't matter though. They are all going to figure you out eventually. And then they will all leave your ass. No one cares about you. They only pretend to because they feel sorry for you. Don't look at her. She isn't going to help you. She is almost as worthless as you are. Granted, she probably will be the last one to leave, but she will leave too. Just like the rest of them. She isn't completely stupid like you.
Why would you? Of all people!
Best friend? Best friend, my ass. You notice she is just sitting back there, not making any attempts to interject anything in your defense. Oh, she knows I'm right. I'm sure in the beginning she must have had some hope, but she must be greatly disappointed to go all this way and realize she was wrong. You have absolutely no value, and you don't contribute anything to anyone. This is when he notices you are fidgeting with your phone.
I freaking hate your memory.
Going to call someone? Someone who cares? Good luck with that. Honestly, I don't even know why you have a phone. If you didn't talk to people first, they wouldn't talk to you at all. They would just forget you even exist. Well, once the relief of the silence wears off. That's when you turned off your phone and shoved it back in your pocket. Apparently that was enough reason to send him over the edge, and he started pounding his fist against her head.
That seems possible.
Yes, probably because that is what happened.
Yeah, I know. Verbatim.
I'm sorry.
For what? Telling me the truth?
No, you know I will always be honest with you.
No doubt about that.
I'm sorry I did it like this.
No, you're not.
No, really, I am. I could have been a bit more tactful.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Hear what?
This tactful approach. I'm very curious of the verbiage you would have used if you weren't quoting his. I'm sure based off our history, you've been very successful. Knowing me, that is. Go on. Effective is the word in England, isn't it?
I'm not stupid.
I would never imply you were stupid.
I see what you are trying to do.
You do?
Mm-hmm. You are trying to alleviate my guilt.
I am. That doesn't sound like me.
And using sarcasm to convey your point.
No, that definitely sounds like me.
Did you believe him when he said all of those things about me?
What do you think?
I think you are adept at looking at things through shit-colored glasses. I think even without his help, you would have found the worst case scenario and brought it down into that void of yours so it could feed on self-loathing and degradation. I think at the time, you wouldn't allow yourself to believe anything else but his lies.
You think you know me so well.
Because I do.
Your theory is I blocked your presence that night because I believed the things he was saying about you?
I think you defensively altered your memories because in that state of mind, you wouldn't allow yourself to believe anything else. I really don't think it was his abandonment that scared you. He abandoned you emotionally years before that, but I do think he made you question some things about me, about us. When he pointed out the fact that I was just sitting in the back seat, not making any attempts to help.
You and I both know anything either of us would have said would just make things worse.
Yes, but he planted a seed of doubt, and I was helpless to prevent it from taking root. And you started questioning if he was right. And if he could have been right about that, he could have been right about me leaving you too. And just in case he was, which he wasn't, by the way,
Obviously.
just in case he was, wouldn't it be easier for you, just better on you, if you removed me from the equation before I did it first? When these so-called friends left, I had no one except him. You were already worried all of your relationships, except Mark, were contingent on my presence. If I leave, everyone leaves, except him. Did that possibility not scare you?
To death.
See? Not evil. Mark was evil.
He was evil.
Yes, was. But, you know, now he's dead. So, there is a bright side.
Seriously, are you okay?
What? Too much shot before I know too soon?
No, that's taking joy in someone else's misery. This is taking joy in someone else's death. I'm not sure what the German word is for that.
Is it joking about his death specifically that's messing you up, or just joking about death
journals asking for karma to bite you in the ass. Plus, it's very out of character for you. It concerns me a little.
You are concerned for my well-being and moral destiny? That seemed out of character for you.
Whatever. I care about you. I think that is apparent. Why would I believe that things Mark said if I didn't care?
Just seems kind of odd that someone who claims to be immoral would actually give a crap about my karma.
Crap. So the cursing was temporary,
Yes.
but sarcasm is sticking around for a while.
Also, yes.
I'm beginning to care a little bit less about your karma right now.
Oh, it's too late! You already professed your undying love for me!
You are such a dork.
A dork that you love.
Fine. You are pretty good at making me lemonade, I suppose.
I do what?
You know, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You've heard that cliche before. You've used that cliche before.
Yeah, but I'm just not really sure I understand. So the lemons are supposed to be symbolic of what? Me?
Oh, no. I am the lemons. Your lemons.
So you are lemons and I am lemons?
No. I am your lemons. You take something bad and turn it into something good.
So what I'm hearing you say is you want me to make you some lemonade.
God, I really hate you sometimes.
But mostly you love me.
Kinda need you to eventually.
Ooh, I bet it was painful to say that.
Slightly less than I was expecting.
You'll put some alcohol on it later.
True. So, about this new sarcasm thing.
Oh, you don't like it? I thought you would have found some sort of smug satisfaction in this.
Well, that does seem like a logical reaction, and I am known to stay within the bounds of people's expectations.
You are reacting to my sarcasm with sarcasm. How did this not rub off on me sooner?
Because you are stubborn as hell.
I am not that stubborn.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. But I am sure that the degree of my stubbornness varies day to day, depending on the amount of your crap I am dealing with.
Coexist?
Yes.
And you feel fairly certain of this?
I am 100% certain of this.
You feel our coexistence is dependent on our commonality?
A mutual need for one another.
We have already established that I need.
Okay, you don't need to say it more than once. Once in a lifetime is sufficient. I don't want you to do any permanent damage.
Thank you. So, that has been established.
Yes.
I'm still curious how you view my reciprocity. I still fail to see the commonality.
You are overthinking. This is why you fail to see the forest for the trees. Get it? You get it.
It is good to hear you laugh.
You too. Do you see it now? The commonality?
I do. Who the fuck likes Insane Clown Posse?
I know!